Greetings YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, welcome back to the Zodiac Age, where in today's episode I'm going to be showing you the two ways of collecting the Wyrmhero Blade. So one of the ways will be a cheesy, easy way of getting it, and the other way will be the correct and proper fashion of achieving this two-handed greatsword, or the weapon of legend, as Gilgamesh calls it when you battle him. So basically the Wyrmhero Blade is a particularly useful weapon, often underestimated in my opinion in the Final Fantasy XII community. Yes, it's fairly slow when it's actually being used as physical attack, but I'm using it here on my Black Mage, and that's because not only does it have a nice evade stat, which is always useful in sticky situations, but it also gives the wielder bravery and faith by default, so that they can, boost their magic attacks without having to cast those buffs manually. And not only that, but it does actually have a high attack power, so if you give it to somebody who's got high amounts of strength, and if you give them the white robes as well because of the holy element, then you potentially, according to Final Fantasy Wiki anyway, have the strongest weapon in the game at that point with the Wyrmhero Blade. So anyway, I'm going to get on now and show you how to get this weapon. I hope you enjoy watching this episode. If you do, don't forget to support me by leaving a like, and let's get on with today's episode. Okay, so the proper way of collecting this weapon is you sell 3 pieces of loot and then you can purchase it from the Bazaar. The 3 pieces of loot are as follows. If we go to our inventory here, head down to loot, and I've got quite a bit, so it might just take me a minute or two to come across it, but hopefully it won't. A little bit further down, just 3 pieces. They should all be close together though when we find them, since we have sorted our loot. Right, here we go. So we've got the Amiga badge, and you get the Amiga badge by defeating Amiga Mark 12. So if you haven't already done that, please check out my video in this playlist. I'll also put a link in the description, and I will show you how you can defeat this super boss. The second item is the Godslayer's badge, again from a super boss, this one in the form of Yesmat. So if you have not killed Yesmat, then please once again check out my video on Yesmat. I'll put another link in the description for that, and I'll give you a foolproof strategy on how you can take him down. And then finally is Shang's badge. This is actually probably the most annoying of the 3 items, because it doesn't come from a boss at all, it comes from the fishing side quest. But don't worry, I've got you covered. If you don't have the Shang's badge, then I'll put a link in the video description to my guide on fishing, and I'll show you how you can get this third item. So you want the Shang's badge, the Godslayer's badge, and the Amiga badge. And what we're going to do is go to a vendor, any vendor will do. It's the Bazaar that we need, so we're going to go and sell those 3 pieces of loot there. If I can actually maneuver down here. So once again, we just need to find them. And there was quite a little bit ways down, weren't they? Here we go. So we're going to sell the Amiga badge. We're going to sell the Godslayer's badge, and then of course finally the Shang's badge. And then we get new Bazaar goods are now available. Go to the Bazaar, and we can see the Dragon Crest item, a replica of a legendary blade said to have slain a fell worm that long ago preyed upon the Eastern Kingdoms. With a sword such as this, one might write new legends. 65,535 gil. Then we can afford that with my 21 million plus. If you want to know how to get this gil, by the way, check out my gil making video. Dead easy to farm lots of gil in this game. And there we have the Wyrmhero Blade, one that I don't actually need because I'd already collected one. And how did I do that? Well, the second method I want to share with you on collecting the Wyrmhero Blade is probably a bit easier. In fact, it is a lot easier because you only have to go into trial mode, and in particular trial mode stage 50. So I'll see you there. Rightio, so you want to get to stage 50 of the trial mode, and then you can steal from Famfrit. And obviously if you don't steal from him, you need to just quit and then reload the autosave. And if you can set yourself up on trial mode stage 49 with your steel gambits and that, then when you load your autosave on the stage 50, you won't have to worry about doing it. Sadly, I actually killed the stage 49 enemy too quick before I had a chance to slow the game down and sort my gambits out. Which means every time we load up here, I'm going to have to very quickly open up the menu before we one-shot the boss, remove the sights and grats, and set up my thieves. I'm not going to spend a long time trying to do this because I don't actually need the item. So we'll see if we get it here. High ether. I don't think we can get it with a high ether. We might be able to, no. Alright, but this is the guy you want to steal it off anyway. This fanfic fella on on trial mode stage 50. And if you come here, then you'll be able to grab it, no problems. Might just take you a few minutes, but if you can set yourself up, as I say, with the gambits and whatnot at the end of stage 49, then just finish off the stage 49 enemy with a few manual attacks, then you won't have any issues whatsoever. So I'm going to leave it there for today, folks. Thanks for joining me. I hope this has helped you. And let us know what you think of the Wyrmhero Blade if you managed to get a copy of it in the comments below. And come back soon for more Final Fantasy XII. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.